know my footage today is so riveting because all I've done is be in the car so far. Happy Dermatologist Day! Getting ready to pull out of the parking lot of my place and head into Bradenton, and I will tell you the story as to why I chose Bradenton to go to the dermatologist. I'm gonna keep my eyes on the road. I'm not gonna look at the camera except for that one time. A while ago, I had this tiny little spot on the side of my face that kind of just looked like a zit. It just was like a red looking little thing. It was kind of itchy, never went away, and then the skin was dry, and then of course I would scratch it and irritate it, and it would just get worse and worse. And I waited forever because I wasn't sure what it was. This is just the angle we're gonna have to rock here for a second. So enjoy my chin. For some reason, like, I had a light bulb moment. I was like, oh my God, Brooke, you have more freaking basal cell carcinoma, because I've already had it removed on my left collarbone. I was in the tanning bed a lot in college. The place that I had lived at had a tanning bed, and we could go in there for free for pretty much like as long as we wanted, which is extremely unsafe. I had gotten that removed, and the dermatologist that I went to did not do a very good job as far as surgery. So I have a terrible scar that's like, they call it a fish mouth. When I had finally decided that it was time for me to go to the dermatologist for the stuff on the side of my face, maybe I should go to a dermatologist and then go to a plastic surgeon to have my skin worked on, because it was right here. I'm so self-conscious about my scar on my collarbone because I see people look at it when they're talking to me, and I hate that so much. It's just kind of interesting how I have become so self-conscious about it. I posted on Facebook recommendations for a dermatologist in the area, and Ellie, who is one of the owners of the studio, her best friend is a dermatologist in Bradenton. This doctor's name is Dr. Susan Winkle. Credentials are miles and miles long, and she's like, honestly, I wouldn't have anybody else touch my face, and I'm not just saying that because she's my best friend. So I was like, okay, well, let me check her out. Hold on, I gotta pee this hole. She has the best bedside manner, and she's just like, when she came in, I just wanted to give her a hug. Like, she just seems so warm, and she has such a gentle touch. And she did, you know, like the overall scan, because I haven't been to the dermatologist, and probably the last time I went to get this done, which was my 25th birthday, so almost 6 years ago. She looked at the side of my face, and she knew right away, even though they did a biopsy and everything. It was a little bit bigger than the size of a pea, like somewhere in between smaller than a dime and bigger than a pea. I'm gonna try to put pictures up so that you guys can see what everything kind of looked like, so that, you know, if you have something on your skin, you know, and you should go to the dermatologist and get it checked out. She ended up doing the surgery in office, and that was my biggest anxiety about the whole thing. I didn't want some disgusting scar on the side of my face, because it's my face. How many times am I gonna say face? And then she walked me through the whole procedure, which made me feel really comfortable. My incision was from the corner of my eye, right here, all the way down right in front of my ear. So imagine, I'm freaking out. And she looks at me right before we started, and she's like, I just want to let you know that my grandma taught me how to sew. And I was like, okay. And so like that made me feel super comfortable. When I uncovered my face the first time, like to change my bandage, I almost started crying, because my stitches, her stitches were so beautiful. And I know that's something so weird to say. I knew that when it was time for them to come out and heal, that I was gonna have a very, very little scarring as possible. I was very, very, very happy with her, and it made everything worthwhile. And also, to boot, she doesn't accept insurance, so I was paying out of pocket full price for all of these procedures and my visits. But again, I didn't care because she did such a wonderful job on my face. I don't know if you can really see. I notice it a little bit, and it's just because I notice it, but everyone at the studio was like, oh my God, I barely knew that was happening. They're like, we would have never known that was an issue on your face. Like, we would never see that. So that makes me feel really good. So she does a really good job. Now, reason today, I have more of the skin cancer up here, in kind of really super close to my hairline. So I just want to have it checked out. Right now it's not inflamed and angry because I've tried really hard to cut down my sugar intake, which sugar is an inflammatory food and it feeds cancer. So there's that little bit of knowledge for you. We'll see what happens today, and I'll give you an update once I'm out of office. I just got done with my appointment, and she was not concerned about the spot on my face that I thought I wanted checked out. She gave me a once over and said that everything looks pretty good, but I do have some pretty significant sun damage, basically like from my chest up, and she suggested doing what she called a PDT treatment. You lay under this light mechanism for about an hour, and what it does is basically kills off all of the precancerous cells that you have on your skin. This is something that I think I probably should do because I do know that obviously I have cancer prone skin, and she said just by looking at your skin and for you being so young, this is something that you really probably should consider. But it makes me very nervous because she said it is an intense treatment. When people get it done, their skin is very red for about 2 days because there's a chemical reaction that happens on your face while you're under this light with the lotion and the light. It's something that I kind of need to do some research on before I decide to do it or not. So that's on my list of things to do today. You know, I'm gonna stop driving and videoing myself because I realize how unsafe this is, and I'm pretty sure every single family member who watches my videos right now is probably like, stop recording yourself while you're driving. Okay, I'm home. I've been laying down for a little bit. You probably just heard Rascal sniff the camera. But it's nice out. I got my windows open, and I'm watching actually a Scientology documentary on HBO. And if you guys haven't been watching the Leah Remini Scientology The Aftermath show on A&E, see if you can find it on demand and watch it. It's pretty interesting. Here, Amanda and Mom, both of you have requested more dog footage. Russell. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? This dog is a piece of work. I'm telling you what. But you know what? I love him very, very much. Do you ever feel like dogs, or any animals, I guess, in general, I wish that he knew how much he means to me. And I'm sure he can tell to a certain extent, but you know, he's like my kid. How will he ever know that I absolutely adore him? He's like my firstborn child. This is my life. Dog butt in my face. Rascal. Hey. What are you doing? Rascal. Hey. 0 Fs. 0 Fs given. You know how I was just saying like a little bit ago how much I loved him, and then I wish he knew how much I loved him? Remember that? Because I sometimes I think I remember that. I'm sorry it was super boring, but you know, you have days like that, and that's okay. I hope you had a wonderful day today. Like, subscribe.
Those are the most two important things to me. I would really, really appreciate it if you guys did that, because I like that you're watching the videos, but I would like it even more if you were subscribed. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really, really appreciate you letting me just word vomit my feelings today. So have a wonderful one, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!